and we are going live.
Yeah, ma'am. Live. Yeah.
Hello, this is Priscilla, the voice of C, Speak Excellent English. I want to invite the participants to read along with us the story Treasure Island. Today we're focusing on Chapter 1. We will build vocabulary, check our comprehension, and at the end you will have an activity for next week when we will start with Chapter 2. So
Yeah.
I'm going to ask our participant to introduce himself, and then we will start. Nijam, please
Yeah, ma'am.
introduce yourself.
Ma'am, I am Muhammad Shariful Islam. I come from Bangladesh. The Bangladesh is my country, and we are seven brothers and two sisters.
Mhm,
My father died last October. My mom is still alive,
mhm,
and the seven brothers all are established.
okay.
Both of my brothers and sisters are servicing in different company, and maybe you are pleased to hear that my ma'am has awarded a gold medal because of our family member as established. As a result, the government has rewarded as a medal for a Bangla name Ratna Gorba. That means the womb of excellent son.
Wonderful. Congratulations to your mom. All right. So thank you for that
Yeah.
wonderful introduction. And again, congratulations to your mother. I'm going to bring out the activity that we are going to read today, which is going to be Chapter 1 of Treasure Island. Let me know if you can see the image on the screen now.
Yeah, ma'am. I saw this image.
Okay, excellent. What I'd like for you to do is to read until you get to the point where it says stop. Well, it won't say stop. Do you see this word roof? Our roof?
Yeah, our group. Yeah, I
I would like,
understand the meaning of our group.
great. I'd like for you to continue reading
Okay.
until you get to this point. All right? You may begin reading now.
Okay. Okay. The old sea dog at the Admiral Benbow, Squire Trelawney, Dr. Livesey, and the rest of the gentlemen, the old sea dog at the Admiral Benbow, Squirrel, Trelawney, Dr. Livesey, and the rest of the gentlemen having asked me to write down the whole particulars about Treasure Island, from the beginning to the end, keeping nothing back but the bearing of the island, and that's only because there is still treasure not yet lifted. I take up my pen in the year of grace 17 and go back to the time when my father kept the Admiral Benbow Inn, and the brown old seaman with the sorry cutfast took up his lodging under our roof.
Excellent. Thank you. In this first
Welcome,
part
ma'am.
that we've read of Admiral Benbow, Squire Chinley, Dr. Livesey, and the rest of these gentlemen, this is a group of men sitting around, perhaps in the kitchen, and they are talking about something. While they're sitting and talking, they have asked someone to write down everything that they know about Treasure Island from the beginning. They don't want that person to leave anything out. And where they're located in an inn, such as a hotel or a hostel. This is where people stay if they don't own their own home. Now, this word here, saber, this saber cut, this is an example of a blade. All right.
Yeah, ma'am.
What questions can I answer for you about what we've just talked about? What questions what questions can I answer for you? I see that Rafat is here. Hello, Rafat. How are you?
Hello, ma'am. How are you? Fine.
I'm doing excellent, excellent. All right. So, Rafat, what we were just doing is reading one passage of Treasure Island. And it's nice to see you.
Thank you, ma'am. I was very disappointed when I found that I am not able to connect with the Hangout.
Okay. Well, you have managed to do so successfully now, and that's
Hmm.
wonderful. I'll give you a few seconds to introduce yourself to Nijam. And of course, we've met before. You can tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from? Where do you live? Why are you studying English? What are some of your dreams? You may start
Okay,
now.
okay, thank you, ma'am. Hello, Nijum. I am Rafat from India.
Yeah.
It's
Hello,
my
Rafat. I am Shariful Islam. Okay. Carry
uh,
on.
hello.
Continue.
Hello. Yeah.
It's my dream to learn English as I wish. It's my wish also to live in English spoken countries.
Yeah.
So any English spoken country. So
Okay.
that I want to learn it. I want
Okay.
to be fluent in it. I want to be perfect in it.
Okay.
And it's my passion also to teach English. I am a teacher.
Wonderful.
As a professional, I am a teacher.
hmm Okay. Excellent. Very nice. Very nice. All right. So, Nijam just read a passage from Treasure Island. I don't have the questions before me that you were supposed to answer, but answering those questions would help us to better understand the chapter. What I asked Nijam to tell me in that passage that you read, what words gave you difficulty? What words were there that gave you some
Yeah.
difficulty, Nijam?
I can explain the fourth para of the first chapter. I am reading that. Well, then, he said, "This is the bird for me. Have you met it?" It cried to the man who turned the barrow. "Bring up alongside and help up my chest. I will stay here a bit." He continued, "I am plain man, ram and bacon and eggs is what I want." Actually, the last sentence, "I am a plain man, ram and bacon and eggs is what I want." I don't understand the actual meaning of this sentence because I know that ram means the wine and plain man is means normal plain man, but the inner meaning of this sentence I can't understand, ma'am.
Okay. Now, I don't know if you have the textbook or if you have the website. If you could post that
Yeah,
sentence, could you post the sentence or the paragraph in the chat box? I think that would help me to better understand what it is that I'm answering for you. And I want to
just
remind you as well, next week when we read chapter 2, if you
this
post the questions ahead of time, I will answer them for you. The part that you don't understand, I will help you to understand. Then that will give us a better opportunity to discuss the chapter.
then actually the sixth para in fourth line. I can't understand.
Okay, let
I
me
will
go and
send
see if
you.
I can find the sixth paragraph in the fourth
Yeah,
line.
fourth line. The meaning. I'm plain man, ram and bacon and eggs is what I want. And that head up.
All
Actually,
right,
the
I'm going out. I'm going to go try and find the sixth paragraph. Hmm, let's see. I've got so many things here apparently on my screen that I'm not sure where it is. Uh, I can't find the screen that I had. Um, Full screen? No. I'm looking for Treasure Island and I don't see it. All right, I'm going to go out. I'm going to go away and copy and paste it. It looks like that might be the best way for me to get it. Just one second. I'm looking for Treasure Island.
and I have a problem, ma'am. If you give me a chance, then I will describe the problem of the paras.
All right, go ahead and take
Ma'am,
care of it.
actually, why the captain is called True Sea Dog and the real Old Salt? Actually, I read a lot of times, but I can't understand why most of the people call True Sea Dog and the real Old Salt. Because this is impossible for me to better understanding why they call the True Sea Dog.
All right.
Please.
Rafat, are you understanding what Nijam is asking? I'm having difficulty really catching the words that you want me to know.
Actually, it's not clear. I am not able to. The voice is muffling. There is a muffling in the voice, so I can't
Okay.
listen.
And I'm not getting your meaning either.
Ma'am, actually, my voice is not clear to you, ma'am.
Your voice is
Hello?
very clear. Your voice is very clear. It is the tone and it's the accent that is making it such a challenge for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up the story and you can tell me where I should be looking. So right now I'm going to
Ma'am,
look. Yes,
the
I'm
I
listening.
am no. Actually, I am unable to understand that why the captain is called True Sea Dog and the real Wolfshold.
Okay, then
The
that
Hera is love.
wait. You'll need to write it down because I still do not understand what it is that you're saying. I know what you're saying, but I don't know where to find it. So I'm going to look in the sixth paragraph now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Actually, sixth paragraph is called I am plain man. This is line. I am sure I have printed a hard copy. Sixth paragraph. Well then, my father told me no. Very little company, the more was the pity.
Okay,
This is
I
the
have it now. I have it now. So what I'm going to do is post it so you can tell me if this is what you're talking about. Okay. My father told him no. Very little company, the more was the pity. Is that what you do not understand?
yeah, I understand this sentence, but after the next, I don't understand. I am a plain man, ramen, bacon, and eggs. What I want. This
All right.
line I am
Oh,
unable
let's
to
see.
understand.
Well then, said he, this is the berth for me. Here, you matey, he cried to the man who trundled the barrow. Bring up alongside and help up my chest. I'll stay here a bit, he continued. I'm a plain man. Rum and bacon and egg is what I want, and that head up there for to watch ships off. What you might call me. You might call me captain. Oh, I see what you're at. There, and he threw down 3 or 4 gold pieces on the threshold. You can tell me when I've worked through that, says he, looking as fierce as a commander. Now, what he's saying here is, here you matey. Here you matey means, here you are my friend. Matey just means friend. Okay? And he cried to the man who trundled the barrow. He cried. He's not really tearing like, no, he's not crying. He's talking. Here the word cry means to talk. Here the word cry means to talk. So he's saying to him by voice, bring me, trundle. Trundle means to bring. Bring this to me. Bring it to me. Come, come, come. Bring. Bring me my barrow. A barrow is something that contains things like a little tray, a trundle of something. It's a container. But a
Yes,
barrow,
handcart. That means
again?
barrow means handcart. That means which is
Yes,
rolling.
yes. A barrow is a hand cart. So now he wants him to bring it alongside of him and put it on the floor right here, right beside me. Bring it right here with all of my things. Put it right beside me. I'll stay here a bit. Like, I'm going to stay right here. I am not moving. I'm going to sit right here. I'm going to stay here. And he says, bring me some rum. Bring me some rum, something to drink. Bring me some rum and some eggs to eat. Bring me some eggs to eat, like breakfast. And he says, I'll watch the ships. I'll watch for the ships in the ocean. I'll watch for the ships in the ocean. I'm looking. And then he says, what you mought, the word mought is not a real word. It means might. Might and mought. And then he threw down some coins. He threw down one, 2, 3. He threw down some coins. He threw down the coins, okay? He threw down the coins because he's going to pay someone to watch for someone. All right? And he says, when you finish spending those 3 coins, when you finish spending them, let me know, and I'll give you more coins. Okay? Is it clearer now?
Yeah, ma'am. I can understand.
Great. All right.
Yeah,
Rafat?
clear, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Rafat?
And
What question?
Another problem. Could I discuss? Oh, okay.
Rafat, do you have questions?
Ma'am, I had one word. Now I'm searching it in a paragraph. That word was, I have written it. That word is sitiated. SITTYATED.
Okay.
So I can't find the meaning of this word.
The reason you can't find the word situated is because it is not a real word.
Okay.
It means to be situated.
Okay.
So it's just sitting someplace. Like, here's my mouse. It's situated on the desk. My mouse is situated, but it's poor English. For example, in India, I think everyone does not speak perfect English, perfect Indian language, so it's just slang.
Okay.
But it means to be situated. Waited. Can you say situated?
Yeah, situated.
Perfect. All right.
And then foghorn.
What is the fog?
Horn. 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 Foghorn.
Oh, I think the foghorn is like something in the ocean from the boat. It's to let you know that something's coming through the water, so get out of the way. It's like a horn on a car. Beep, beep. But foghorn. It is better if you send me the complete sentence, though. Then that way I can better help. All right, let me see if I can find my chapter again. And then I'll just post it here in the chat box because I'll lose my place. And Rafat, you can read for us this time once I find my place again. What I'm looking for is the story, Treasure Island. So now,
Ma'am, you tell me please explain the meaning
of the meaning of.
I am unable to understand the phase 9 of Treasure Island.
Treasure Island?
Phase 9. Actually, I am unable to understand why the captain is called True Sea Dog.
Sea Dog?
Oh. Okay, he's called True Sea Dog because your name is not Nijam. You have another name that you like to be called. You like to be called Aperno. So he just has a nickname. It's just a nickname. Okay?
And I think they have given him this name because he uses to tell his stories, adventurous stories. That's why people used to call him Sea Dog, as a dog is very courageous and courageous animal. Maybe that's why.
Yes. Usually a name that is given to someone has some specific meaning. For example, when we have a little baby that has dimples, we call the baby Dimples because of the dimples. So Sea Dog might be a very vicious man, very cruel and strong and, like rough man. So his name is Sea Dog. Okay?
Yeah, ma'am. I can understand.
Okay, Rafat,
Actually,
could you read,
ma'am,
please?
the story.
Okay, ma'am. Shall I read it
Yes, please.
from the beginning?
No, from what's in the chat box.
From?
Do you see the chat box where it says, Rafat, please read?
Uh, Ma'am, from which portion I have to start?
Okay. Rafat, do you see the smiley that I just posted in the chat box?
No, ma'am.
Do you see the chat box at all?
No.
Okay. All right. Try to find the location that says, let me see where you should start. And indeed, bad as his clothes were. And indeed, bad as his clothes were.
Which this paragraph is? Which
Okay, I'll
paragraph?
see if I can find the paragraph for you. All right, just start reading. Just start
Okay.
reading. Just start reading anywhere. That might be
Okay.
best.
Page number 6. And indeed bad as his clothes were, and coarsely as he spoke, he had none of the appearance of a man who sailed before the mast, but seemed like a mate or skipper accustomed to be obeyed or to strike. The man who came with the barrow told us the mail had set him down the morning before at the Royal George, that he had inquired what inns there were along the coast, and hearing our well spoken of, I suppose, and described as lonely, had chosen it from the others for his place of residence, and that was all we could learn of our guest. He was a very silent man by custom. All day he hung round the cove or upon the cliffs with a brass telescope. All evening he sat in a corner of the parlour next the fire and drank rum and water very strong. Mostly he would not speak when spoken to, only look up sudden and fierce and blow through his nose like a fog-horn. And we and the pupil who came about our house soon learned to let him be. Every day when he came back from his stroll, he would ask if any seafaring man had gone by along the road. At first, we thought it was the want of company of his own kind that made him ask this question, but at last we began to see he was desirous to avoid them. When a seaman did put up at the Admiral Benbow, as now and then some did making by the coast road for Bristol, he would look in at him through the curtained door before he entered the parlour, and he was always sure to be as silent as a mouse when any such was present. For me, at least, there was no secret about the matter, for I was, in a way, a sharer in his alarms. He had taken me aside one day and promised me a silver fourpenny on the first of every month if I would only keep my weather eye open for a seafaring man with one leg, and let him know the.
Very good. Very good. All right. Do you understand what you've read up to this point, Rafat?
Yeah, yeah, ma'am.
Excellent. There was one word that you did not pronounce correctly, and it's fierce. Fierce. Fierce.
Fierce.
And that word means to be what? What does that word fierce mean? What is the meaning of fierce?
Sudden and fierce. Fierce means furious, full of anger. Anger.
Excellent. Very good. All right, Nijam, do you have questions about this passage?
No, ma'am, I can understand this passage.
All right, then I will read the next passage. All right. How that personage haunted my dreams, I need scarcely tell you. On stormy nights, when the wind shook the four corners of the house, and the surf roared along the cove and up the cliffs, I would see him in 1,000 forms, and with 1,000 diabolical expressions. Now the leg would be cut off at the knee, now at the hip, Now he was a monstrous kind of a creature who had never had but the one leg, and that in the middle of his body. To see him leap and run and pursue me over hedge and ditch was the worst of my nightmares, and altogether I paid pretty dear for my monthly fourpenny piece in the shape of these abominable fancies. All right, questions about what I just read?
Abominable fancies.
Abominable is something that is very horrible to look at. It's just ugly. It's just scary, like a bad movie, a scary, abominable fancy. Something that is deathly frightening. Nijam, questions?
Hello, ma'am. No, ma'am, I
Okay.
can't find any question in this paragraph.
All right. Are you still following the story? Are we understanding the story?
Yeah, ma'am, I can understand now.
Okay. All right. Nijam, would you start to
Paragraph, I have no problem actually. Yeah.
Excellent. Nijam, would you
Yeah,
start
ma'am.
to read with but though I was so terrified.
But though, where is it, ma'am?
Yes,
I'm
please read.
searching this. I
I'm
can't
sorry.
see. Ma'am, no, I can't understand. What do you mean?
I want you to read.
Hello,
I want you to
ma'am.
read. Yes, Nijam.
Mm, from where?
But though
At
I
first we
was
thought, at first we thought it was the word.
okay,
No,
just
ma'am.
start wherever you had difficulty. Just start reading where you had difficulty. I will find it.
No, ma'am.
Start
I
reading.
can't find any difficulties in this paragraph.
Okay, well go to the next paragraph.
No.
Go to the next paragraph.
Yeah, ma'am.
Go to the next paragraph. Just read where you had difficulty.
Yeah, ma'am. I can. Yeah. The face pain, ma'am. Whenever in his place but through by some talking from a hawker. One of the corks of his that having fallen down, he let it hang from that they fought, though it was a great annoyance when it blew. I remember the appearance of his coat which is thrust himself upstairs in his room, and which before the inn was nothing but passage. He never wrote and received a letter, and he never spoke with any but the neighbor, and with these for the most part only when drunk on rum. The great ceased none of us had ever seen often. He was only once crossed, and that he toward the inn, when my poor father was far gone in the decline that took him off. Dr. Livesey come late on afternoon to see the patient, took a bit of dinner from my mother, and went into in the parlor to smoke a pipe until his thoughts should come down from the hamlet, for we had no stabling at the old bamboo. I followed him in, and I remember observing the contrast the neat, being doctor, with his powder as white as snow, and his bright eyes and pleasant manners, made with the cold-faced country folk, and above all with the filthy, heavy-blade scarecrow of a pirate of ours, sitting for the gun in ram, with his arms on the table. Suddenly he, the captain, that is, began to pipe up his eternal song. Actually,
Okay.
ma'am, there is a
Okay.
lot of
Okay.
words
Okay. Let's
that
stop right
attached.
there. Let's stop right there. And when he gets ready to sing his song is 15 men on the dead man's chest. Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum. Drink and the devil had done for the rest. Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum. All right, what part do you not understand?
So the first part, the lot of words about fairs. What the
Okay.
actual meaning of fairs? Yeah.
What is the
On the
actual
left,
meaning of spell the word for me? Spell the word. Can you spell the word for me? Nijam?
P-A, yeah, P-A-T-C-H.
Patch.
P-A, pass, pass.
Okay, now let me look to see where it is.
I can't understand the meaning.
Read the sentence.
The fourth line, I remembered the appearance of his coat, which he passed himself upstairs in his room.
Okay. Now,
The
that word,
what was the meaning of pass?
okay, it's a very simple word. When you wear a jacket, a long sleeve jacket, and you tear a hole in it, you have a hole in it. Let's see. Well, I don't have a hole in this, but you see this hole? Yes, Nijam? Nijam, are you there?
Yeah, ma'am.
Do you see this hole?
Actually, the line is
Yeah, but it could be a hole. So
the
he,
voice.
so he patched it. So he fixed it. That means to repair. He patched it, he repaired it. He repaired the hole.
I am here twice.
Can
Double
you
sound is
can you
heavy.
explain, Rafat?
Hello?
Rafat, can you
Can you
explain the
hear?
word patched?
Patched, yes, ma'am. If there is something, there is a hole in a cloth, and we use other piece of
Yeah.
a cloth and
He,
stick there. So it will be called patch.
Okay, very good. That is correct. So now let's take a look in the last 15 minutes that we have left for this class and try to answer the questions from chapter 1. What is the name of the inn the narrator's father ran? What is the name of the inn? It was called the
Admiral Benbow.
Yes, it was called the Admiral Benbow.
Admiral Benbow.
What did the man narrating remembers as if it were yesterday? What did it look like? What did he remember as if it were yesterday?
When those people asked him
When
to
the
write
narrator
about Treasure Island, he
narrates
started.
the whole scenario, they think that it is the very near. That means
Okay. All right. Thank you, Nijam. Rafat, what did you want to add?
When those people asked the narrator to write about Treasure Island, then he started the day when he met first time to the captain, and then he remembered that that day is still as it happened yesterday.
Excellent. Both of you are very good answers. Number 3. What does this man want to be called?
Captain. He wanted to be called as captain.
He wants to be called captain. Who did the captain want the narrator to keep his weather eye open for?
He wanted to see a seafaring one-legged man.
Very good. He wanted him to keep his eyes open for that man. How much was he going to pay every month? How much?
Four silver pennies.
That is correct. What frightened the people most about the captain?
He was very furious, and he was not able to bear anybody. He always tried to force everyone to listen to him. That made the people frightened.
Exactly. Did the narrator kick the captain out when his money was gone?
No, he did
And why
not.
not? Why not?
Because he was thinking that because of his fury and his tension, he will not survive for long. he will go this word. So maybe because of pity, he did not kick him out.
Excellent. And that was he had pity for him. Nijam, did you want to add something?
Yeah, ma'am. Actually, the narrator's father tried to want to crank up to the captain, but the captain, the narrator's father didn't, because he always too fearful, filled with fear. As a result, the narrator's father, and though he wants to kick off, but can't, because the captain's roar sounds, and um, do not, though he want to kick off, but he can't. Actually, I can't express about this.
Well, I will tell you that you're doing a great job, Nijam. Even though I get only a small part of what you're saying, the more you continue to force yourself to try to explain, the better and easier it will be for everyone to understand. So don't be dismayed that you can't find the exact words, but what I did understand is that you are agreeing with Rafat. They did not want to kick him out, but I'm not sure of the reason that you gave. But that's okay. Just continue speaking. The whole purpose is to speak, and eventually the words will come and flow just like water being poured from a pitcher. You'll just, and then you are speaking very nicely. Who did the captain get angry with and why? Who did the captain get angry with and why? Do you know who the captain got angry with?
Dr. Lipsy, because Dr. Lipsy
Yes, who did the
always
captain get?
continued to talk with the other person, though the captain did not agree with this, because when the captain talk with the others, everyone is silent, then he is pleased to silence. When
Very
the
good.
Lipsy do not do not try to stop his mouth, then Dr. easily, and entire
Okay,
day
great.
night to
Very good. Okay, very good. The captain loved to talk a lot, and he had a very strong voice that instilled fear into the people as they were listening to him. All right. Now, we're coming up to the end of the hour. Thank you both for participating today. You will get information about Chapter 2. We will read Chapter
Yeah.
2 Monday coming. So when we start with Chapter 2 next Monday, I want you to write all of the words that you have difficulty with. You'll need to write them down. Write down the words that you have difficulty with. Then this will help us to get through the chapter a lot faster and help to build that understanding of what we want to know. Rafat, please tell me, was the video beneficial? Was it beneficial for you to watch the video?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, by chance, yesterday also I watched one video in which you were having conversation with Sir Tashkil.
Okay.
It was fantastic.
Okay. I'm
That's
not
why
exact.
I'm
I'm
so
not
excited.
exactly sure what was the conversation about that we were having.
You were talking about the activities.
Okay, leisure activities. Okay. And the reason I did that activity, if you have to take the IELTS test, and I think that you would have to take it, Rafat, if you're
Yes, ma'am.
coming to an English speaking university, if you plan to attend an English speaking university, you will be asked questions just as I was asking. I took that activity from the IELTS exam book, and the examiner will be asking you questions, and the examiner wants you to answer. The key thing to getting a high score is to speak clearly, know what you're talking about, that will get you a 6. If you introduce strong vocabulary that fits with the question, you get additional points. So those activities is what the goal was. All right.
Okay.
For you, Nijam, did the video of Treasure Island help you? Was it very helpful to you?
Yeah, actually, I can't express how can I call you, because this lesson, especially today's lesson and video lesson, is much more attractive to me because I learned a lot of things. I try to understand what's the problem in it, and you can clearly and finally understand the problem that I faced. So, how can I describe you the wonderful word I can give you, but I can not. As a result, I am so much pleased, and not only pleased but also
Actually,
yeah, ma'am.
you are
Hello.
expressing yourself excellently. I understand and accept your appreciation. I can hear the gratitude in your voice. I can see the thankfulness in the expression of your face. And I want to applaud Rafat, Nijam. I want to applaud both of you for your effort in the community. There are others that participate, and I do realize that we are on different time clocks, so it is difficult for some people to be awake at this particular hour, but you both have tirelessly involved yourself in answering and participating in the Facebook group. So I do appreciate that very, very much. Rafat,
Thank
I'd
you.
like to offer to you an opportunity to interview the leisure activities as well. uh, Nijam did the same last week, I believe.
Ma'am,
So at the end of this session, I think I have about 15 minutes. If you've already responded, I'll call you back,
Okay.
Rafat, and then we will record as well.
Okay.
Again, Chapter 2 will post in about 2 minutes. Please read Chapter 2. Write down questions that you have. Students who have not participated in Chapter 1 will need to answer questions for Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, or they will not receive an opportunity to come and participate. Thank you both, and have a nice day. Bye for now.
Thank